Prologue. The warriors led by their chief, Femi, returned home the day after the village had been attacked. They anticipated the warm welcome of their families and the quiet green peacefulness of their land. They longed to quench their thirst with water from the river that flowed through Kebaitia. They longed to hear the melodic voices of their children and the sweet music of the royal praise singers. But the silence held something that chilled their hearts. Femi sent his runners up to announce their return from the expedition he had led successfully against traitor tribesmen. Some of the men had become corrupted by lust and greed. They had forgotten the value of human life and had been willing to sell their brothers to the slave traders, who chained their captives in filthy dungeons at Elmina Castle and shipped them away as slaves, even though some were the sons and daughters of royalty. The mist began to lift slowly, and as they got closer, Femi could smell the scorched ground. What he had at first taken to be a little boy who stood at the edge of the village was a burnt, shriveled bush. The runners returned, a look of terror on their faces. They fell before Femi, tears in their eyes. "They have been here, Ohin," they cried. "They have taken our children and our women. Our old men have joined the ancestors. Your twin sister, your wife, all the women have gone, Ohin." Femi fell to the ground. "No," he cried, "no." His cry of pain echoed through the forest lands. Something in Femi died that day. He walked amongst the ruins and the ashes, and he felt a sorrow that he had never known before. It was said that they had taken those they had captured across the sea, to a strange unknown land. Certainly no one ever heard of them again. Femi left the ruins of Kebaitia and went up to the nearby mountains to mourn. He mourned for 10 years in a place where, on a clear morning, he could see the ruins of Kebaitia. It was on the first day of the 11th year that something in him came alive. It was called hope. He looked into the sky, and, for the first time, he saw the birds and the tall trees which he loved, with the exception of the neem trees which gave him an allergy. He listened and he heard the forest as he had done before the tragedy. He fell to his knees in the light of the pale orange rising sun, held his hands out and cried to the heavens. "I have dreamed a wonderful dream. I have seen my descendants return to my land, warriors in their own right, stronger, wiser, survivors who have not forgotten who they are. May they come back and forget neither their inheritance nor the songs they learned to sing in Africa with the rhythm they learned to dance to, for this is their land. May their feet touch this soil again. I pray they will come back and share what they have learned. I pray that we will share all this with them." The heavens opened up and rain poured violently down, running over the slopes into the rivers. It washed over the tired, sad face of the chief. "Do not forget my people," he cried. "No matter how far away you go, do not forget who you are." He threw his arms up in the air. "Take my dream," he cried, "and let it come to pass."